Oh, let's go here. This story is heartbreaking. Okay, the update, the body on Horn Island during the search for missing 18-year-old Nolan Wells, they say it was him. So he was last seen Saturday, July 4th around 3 p.m. on the west tip of the north side of Horn Island. He was wearing blue swim trunks, no shirt and sunglasses. Newly reviewed surveillance footage shows him walking with 2 or 3 people around 4:30 p.m. Reports indicate the group he went to the island with left without him. His phone was later recovered by family. On Monday morning, a body was found on Horn Island during the ongoing search. Authorities have not yet confirmed it. They did confirm. We'll get updated. Multiple agencies, including the U.S. Coast Guard and United Cajun Navy, have been searching since Saturday with a command post at Lake Mars boat launch in Ocean Springs. Nolan played football at Ocean Springs High School and is a wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College. These are the people he went out there with. Dare I say, usual suspects. Dare I say usual suspects. Dare I say usual suspects. Let's continue. So Nolan Wells, they confirmed it was his body. Damn.
WLOX News Now midday starts with breaking news.
Breaking news, a body has been found on Horn Island near where missing 18-year-old Nolan Wells went missing. Search crews like this one you see here in the air have been searching for him for more than 40 hours now. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Brandy McGill. Will Holston has been on the scene at a command post in Jackson County all morning as they search, and he now joins us live. Good morning to you, Will.
Hey, good morning, Brandy. We got word here just at about 8:45 that there was a body found on Horn Island, and the officials are now working on bringing that back. Now, as of right now, we do not have an identity of the body that was found, but I can confirm that Nolan Wells' family is here at the Lake Mars boat launch. Now, they've asked us not to show the camera in that direction right now of the family grieving. There is quite a bit of family and friends here from Nolan's family, but like I said, we do not have identity as of right now. Sheriff Ledbetter did confirm that a park ranger ended up finding the body that was found, and the coroner was here earlier and has since left. They left right at about 10 o'clock, just after 10 a.m., waiting on getting official confirmation on the identity, cause of death, and everything else in between. Of course, as we find out more information, we're going to be updating you on our website at WLOX.com. But as of right now, a really somber scene as the family all gathered around, hugging and trying to enjoy each other's company during a somber time. Again, still waiting to find out the official identification of the body found, though. Reporting live in Jackson County, Will Polson, WLOX News Now.
Well, thank you so much for that. So Nolan Wells, he's also a football player at Southwest Mississippi Community College, SMCC, also putting out a statement asking their community to pray for his return.
Okay. Damn.
Authorities in Mississippi have located a body they believe likely belongs to a teen missing since the 4th of July. 18-year-old Nolan Wells was last seen on Horn Island Saturday. The barrier island is a popular vacation spot. The local sheriff's office says Wells was there with friends for the holiday when he was reported missing. ABC's Alex Perez is following this case for us. And Alex, great to see you. What's the latest with this?
Now, to be fair, how many hazing stories have we covered when it's black kids versus black kids? Okay. To be fair, how many hazing stories involving band, fraternity, sports involving black on black, hazing violence? What's the difference at this point? But let's continue.
Yeah, Stephanie, officials unfortunately say it appears we're dealing with a tragic ending in this case after beloved 18-year-old Nolan Wells disappeared July 4th after going on a boating trip with friends. Now, sadly, officials say a body matching the description of the 18-year-old was recovered about 8:45 this morning just off the shore of Horn Island, a popular holiday destination about 10 miles off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Now, the teen and friends reportedly took a boat trip to the barrier island for the 4th of July holiday. He was last seen on Saturday at about 3 p.m. after after he vanished, his family and friends making an emotional plea for help, flooding social media with pictures of the outing showing Wells and a group of friends on a boat. The 18-year-old seen holding what appears to be a hard or alcohol seltzer in his hand. The Jackson County Sheriff's Department, the Cajun Navy, and many volunteers spending much of the weekend searching for Wells. It remains unclear what exactly happened to him. Authorities say they are still working to figure out what exactly went wrong here as his community now grieves. Stephanie?
This is so tragic.
Yeah. Once again, don't send your
Search
kids to hang out
continues for a team
in
reported.
HBCUs with their own kind because they may get hazed to death. And don't send your kids out with white. Oh my God! Can you not defend? Can we defend? Oh my fucking God! They've been attacking all damn day. Oh my God. We got 5 minutes to score 2 goals to force a shootout. I mean, things can happen, right? It can happen. Just not today. Okay. So let's go here.
Been missing from Horn
Let's
Island.
go to the comments.
18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells was last seen Saturday afternoon on the northwest tip end of Horn Island.
I heard he went to a different island. I heard that he swam out trying to catch another boat. I heard a lot of different things,
Those
but I don't know which
kids
one
now
is
have
true.
lawyers, and one
But
of
I
the
need to know
kids'
exactly
moms is a
what's the
judge.
last
Oh,
thing people saw
no.
Nolan doing. It's gonna make my job a lot easier. There were some people that thought he might have, wandered off into the middle of the island. Maybe they have that lake, but we sent people up there today, and if he was barefoot, there's no way he made it up there. There's cactuses and there's just a lot of thorny brush and whatnot. He would not have comfortably been able to make it to the middle of the island. He probably would have turned around and went back toward the beach. If you were one of the group that was with him, or if you were on the island and you were there and saw anything, please don't be afraid to come forward and tell the authorities exactly what you know, no matter what
No, sir, they got to get their stories together.
you might think might be some consequences
They
or
gotta get their
whatnot.
stories
But it's
together.
very important right now in these critical moments.
He was last seen walking toward the water on a holiday weekend, surrounded by friends, surrounded by people, and somehow none of them can tell us exactly what happened next. A young man, an athlete, a son, gone in broad daylight,
So
and one of
let's
who were
speed up.
closest to him in those final moments are the ones giving the fewest answers. How does someone vanish in front of a crowd and nobody sees a thing? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I covered Barrier Island off the Mississippi coast.
Let's go. Okay.
After that, everything goes quiet. No confirmed sightings, no verified timeline, no clear explanation of who he was with in those moments after the photo, or how the rest of that day unfolded. And that silence is what has unsettled so many people following this case. Because not long after Nolan failed to return home, his mother, Christine Wansley, began doing what every parent would do. She went public. She took to social media, pleading with anyone who had been on Horn Island that day to come forward. Photos, videos, anything, even the smallest detail. Then she revealed a detail that instantly shifted how people saw this case.
Okay.
At some point that day, Nolan became separated from his phone. That phone eventually made it back to his family in Mississippi. He did not. Let that sink in for a moment. His phone came home. He didn't.
Okay, so was it mailed? Was it mailed home, or did someone drop it off? Like, those are details we need to know. Like, okay, how was it sent back home? Like, why would you not say that? Like, okay, was it mailed? You opened, you came out your house and it was at the doorstep. Like,
That's not a minor detail. That's the kind of detail that changes how people look at everything else. Did he leave it behind on purpose? Did someone else bring it back? Was he still with friends when that happened?
Right.
Or was he already alone? Right now, those answers haven't been made public. Once it became clear Nolan was missing, the Jackson County Sheriff's Department moved quickly. A command post was set up at the Lake Mars boat launch in Ocean Springs. Multiple agencies were called in. This wasn't treated like a routine disappearance.
okay, let's skip ahead.
Continue asking days later for the same specific group of people to come forward. That's when attention shifts. Because law enforcement has already confirmed they interviewed multiple people who were on Horn Island that day. That includes people who were around Nolan. And yet, even after those interviews, authorities are still publicly urging anyone who was with him, spoke to him, or saw him after that 3 p.m. photo to contact them immediately.
Okay.
So where are they? Investigators haven't confirmed whether such a ride happened, but they wouldn't raise that possibility publicly without reason. That tells us this theory didn't come out of thin air. It came from something someone said, or something investigators uncovered during interviews. And yet no one has stepped forward publicly to say, I gave Nolan a ride, or I saw him leave the island. Another detail that quietly added to the confusion was the shift in Nolan's physical description. Early reports stated he was wearing black swim trunks. That was later corrected to blue. On the surface, that might sound insignificant, But in an investigation like this, details matter. When descriptions change early on, it usually means investigators are working with multiple witness accounts, and those accounts don't line up perfectly. Different people remembering the same moment in different ways. Different versions of the same afternoon. That doesn't mean anyone is lying, but it does mean the timeline is fragmented. And fragmentation is dangerous.
All right, y'all, we had a good run. We had a good run. So hopefully in the next 4 years, we can build off of this and do better. We had a good run, y'all. We had a good run.
Missing person cases, because it creates space where crucial moments can disappear, just like Nolan did. It's also important to understand who Nolan was, because this wasn't someone drifting through town unnoticed. He was an Ocean Springs native, a standout football player at Ocean Springs High School, a freshman wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College.
Okay, let's speed through all this. What the white kids, man, get to the white kids.
They need most answers. Because when you look at how many resources have been poured into this search, the absence of resolution becomes even more disturbing.
Okay.
A current pattern, debris, a witness who saw him struggle, some indication of where and how it happened. If this were a case of someone wandering off and becoming lost on the island, search teams would expect to find tracks, disturbed areas, something showing movement inland. But so far, none of that has been publicly confirmed, which leaves the investigation suspended between possibilities. Authorities have not ruled anything out. Not an accident, not misadventure, not the possibility that Nolan left the island with someone else. And that open-endedness.
All right, okay. Until you press the issue with the white kids, I don't know what to tell you. Matter of fact, let's see what Twitter says. Unless you press the issue with the white kids, it's nothing else to talk about. So what social media needs to do is go ahead and put the pressure on them and go ahead and release their information, where they live and addresses, where they go to school at, who their parents are, whether their jobs or professions. You need to go ahead and do what social media typically tends to do. Okay? We need to put pressure on these kids and their folks. Okay? Because right now everybody's getting their stories together. All right? Okay, let's do, what was his name? Nolan Wells. Okay. So let's go here. Okay, new pictures, videos, witness accounts are starting to pop up on social media of the last known living moments of Nolan. Okay, Nolan, his friends arguing with him. Oh, okay. Sounds about white. Let's go. Okay, so that's them. Now, did they just score again? Nigga, are you kidding? Wow. Talk about a mental collapse. Oh my God. Okay. Anywho, how can we tell that they're arguing from this vantage point? I mean, this is speculation, but okay. Listen to the audio. So what they saying? Listen to the audio of this video and everyone on their boats looking towards the bank. Okay. Anna Seymour claims she saw Nolan arguing and his friends at 4:01 p.m. and her proof is her Snapchat timestamp. Did they mention that there was a big fight? This is so sad. One of the boat drivers did mention he and his friends was fighting amongst themselves. God damn. One of the kids' fathers is a judge, and now all of Nolan's friends have lawyered up. Of course. Nolan appears to be talking to the petite woman with the brown ponytail. I'm not seeing an argument. The other boys are also talking to the girls. His phone is probably in the boat. Mine as always is if I get in the water, swim to shore from the boat. Okay. Once again, social media, do what you do best. Put the pressure on these white kids. I'm done with this guy. I can't. I had to unfollow him. Secret Sam. I'm done with him. Sir, you just click. You're just here for clicks and views. I'm good on Secret Sam. Okay. There's some confusion about who last saw Nolan. Two boys, Warren and Wyatt, said that Nolan was last seen with Katie. Katie is a girl that Nolan met that day. Katie says that her and Nolan went their separate ways. Katie got on the boat with her friends, but she never looked back to see if Nolan got back on the boat with his friends. Katie went back home with her parents that night and has no idea what happened to Nolan. When Warren and Wyatt made it back, they were able to return Nolan's phone to his mother. It was left on the boat. So they returned the phone. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. Warren and Wyatt made it back. They were able to return Nolan's phone to his mother. Now, why didn't the mother say this? Now, I got to look at the mother like, bitch, why would you leave that part out? Why didn't you say, okay, these kids brought the phone back? See, now, once again, y'all don't want to hear me though, but black boys, no one's coming to save you. You have no friends. Young black men, you have no friends. Not your parents, your mamas, your white friends. You know what I'm saying? You have no fucking friends. You are a target, a threat to everybody. Wow. Wow. His friends returned to the mainland on the boat without him. They thought he caught another ride. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's how dare you call it cool?
Okay, no, I don't care about all that. Once again, put the pressure on these three white boys. You should be releasing their addresses, where they go to school at, where their parents' professions, where they work at. Y'all should be lighting their asses up online. All their connections, who's in their inner circle. You should be lighting their asses up online. Let's go here. For those out here looking for the Nolan Wells boy that went missing from the waters off the north side of West Horn, I have fished these waters over 45 years and know these waters are good as anyone. And the currents this time of the year are moderate to strong. With that said, they tend to circle in this area between Horn and Deer. We've always called this area the washing machine. And due to currents from the Biloxi Bay coming in from the north and the predominant wind and tides coming in from the southeast this time of year, and over the years, I have lost everything from floaties to coolers and life vests from weekends on the west end of the Horn, and in many cases found them in the circled area of the map. So this is where I'd be looking for the next 24 hours prayer. But but they found them though. So okay, so let's go here. Okay, now I hear people cursing, but that doesn't mean you hear that doesn't mean it's coming from them. You're not going to hear anything from them. Look at all this noise you have in front of you, right around you. You're not going to hear anything that they're saying. Okay, I hear F word. I hear another F word. I hear another F word. Yeah, do not F and something. Okay. 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 Let's go here. According to the reports from various family members, the stories the four boys and the girl gave are inconsistent. While Nolan was missing, none of his friends helped in the search. They were allegedly out eating at Hart's Chicken. One of the four boys' mother is a judge in that county. Nolan Wells' mother is a nurse practitioner in the medical field. So here is this, okay, this is what you do, social media. Okay, put everybody's business out here. One of the friend's stepmother, Ashley Cole, is a judge as Nolan Xavier Wells goes missing on Horn Island. Okay. Okay. Yeah, put these people on blast. Make their lives very uncomfortable. Okay. But why did the mother leave out the part where Wyatt and the other white boy returned the phone to her? Why would you leave that part out specifically? Saying it was returned home. Okay, how did it get home to you, bitch? You understand? Listen. Yeah, when I go back to school this year, when I deal with these little black boys, I'm gonna just flat out tell them, listen, everybody wants you dead, in so many words. Okay? Yeah. That's my new message to these young black boys I encounter in my travels of life. Everybody wants you dead. Okay? Katie McCormick is cooperating as male friends have lawyered up after judge stepmom Ashley Cole deactivated over Nolan case. Body been found. Okay. His buddies headed back to the mainland later that evening, thinking he might have caught another ride. His phone somehow made it back to his family, but Nolan never showed up at home. Okay. Sheriff John Ledbetter said they've stayed in touch with Nolan's family throughout. His mom, Christine Wansley, has been posting. Yet, Mom, you a piece of shit too. Now, you may not have not directly sacrificed this boy, but bitch, why would you leave out the part, how did the phone get returned back to you? I'm gonna cover this in a minute. Dream Doll Bree, she got gunned down in Florida. I'm gonna go over this in a minute. So let's put this on pause. But nonetheless, black men, everybody wants you gone. Everybody wants you gone. Everybody wants you gone. We were parked right next to them, and he was nowhere in sight when we left at 7:30. Ciao. Wow. So what's being said? Make no mistake, this post that I screenshotted here is strictly to lay the groundwork and let the culture know that Nolan Wells had a white girlfriend, and to plant the seed in people's heads that this must be the reason why his white friends would have motive to take him out on Horn Island, and further push a narrative that they were a gang of racists that wanted to teach him a lesson for having the audacity to date a white woman in Mississippi. I'm pointing this out because it's very predictable in the same play they run anytime they lack physical evidence to create a race-based motive. So a message circulating on social media, which is allegedly from the mother of one of Nolan Xavier's friends, is gaining attention as many search for answers. Okay, according to the message, she disputes rumors that her son abandoned Nolan. She claims Nolan had planned to leave on Wyatt's boat, but allegedly chose to stay behind with the girl instead. She also states that her son never rode to the island with Nolan, did not return with him, and was the first person to realize Nolan was missing, immediately contacting Nolan's mother, the Coast Guard, and the sheriffs. So Wyatt and the other boy was the one that brought the phone back to the mother. Okay, so Wyatt and the other boy, that the mother forgot to mention, yeah, these two kids brought the phone back to me. This whole case stinks. Everybody's culpable. To hell with everybody. Black men, everybody wants you out of here. I don't know what else to tell you. I couldn't even imagine the distress I would have if I had a black son. I'd be a nervous wreck. This is supposedly the girlfriend. I'd be a nervous wreck right now. Let's go here. What's weird with this Nolan Wells case is that they searched the entire island and the body was not there yesterday. Now today they found his body on the same island. I mean, the water just does stuff. The water does stuff. Now, I will say this. Where are your black friends at? You ain't got no black friends? Listen, I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm like, yo, where the black kids at? You ain't got no black friends? Okay. I ask men and me all the time, okay, how many black girls on your team? Are you cool with them? You know? Okay. All right. Now let's get to